Modern technology, absolutely got to hate it. Second time lucky. I won't explain why it went wrong, but I've just realised why it did go wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Welcome to the Young Fan Podcast for the second time. If you watch this for the first time, you'll never know a difference. This is the second time we're doing this. Oxford United do beat Charlton Athletic by 4-0. What an incredible game at the Valley. What an incredible day for Oxford United. And like I said, 2 games before this, again, we lost back-to-back, and we need to get back to winning ways. It was really quite important that Oxford United came back with a real reaction after 2 disappointing results against Accrington Stanley and against Bolton. But it was not going to be easy facing a very, very good Charlton Athletic side, very, very inconsistent Charlton Athletic side, but still one with real quality. And Oxford United do manage to get it over the line. And I say get over the line in the end very quite comfortably. 4-0. The way we approached the game, the way that we dealt with the game today was absolutely spectacular. And like I said, it was always going to be really intriguing how Karl Robinson was going to set up and approach this game. And in the end, I thought it approached it and set it up absolutely brilliantly. And I think that's why, in the end, we can now look back and go, he really got it right today. Now, we changed formation. We went with a 3-5-2. We changed some personnel in that formation as well. And also, if you watch this right now, please retweet this, please share this, please let me know about this, let me know the stream, because the first stream we did, unfortunately, didn't work. So we've got a new link, and now this is a new episode of the podcast, so I'm having to just sort of let people know that we are live. But what a fantastic win for Oxford United. I think it was so important, like I said today, to get a reaction, and the way the players played today, we made Charlton look average. We made Charlton even say, I'd go as far as say we made Charlton look poor. And again, that's really quite to Oxford United's credit, to be honest. I thought that the way that we played today, the way that we approached the game from minute 1 to the end of the game, I think should be really quite applauded. I think we were so impressive in all areas of the pitch. Defensively, we've been speaking about clean sheets. Can we get clean sheets? It's so important. If you're going to be talking about a serious side getting out of this league, you need to be keeping clean sheets. And we kept a clean sheet today. We scored 4 goals. We scored some really well worked goals. We scored some, absolutely wonder goals. That one being really from Cameron Brannagan, being outside the box, an absolute belter. And again, we'll come on to Cameron Brannagan again today because he had an absolutely phenomenal game. Matthew Bell says hello again. Matthew, how are we? It's technical issues, Matthew, but we're back up and running. We don't give up. A bit of a restart on the old computer, and me being a little bit of a donut. When it comes to making sure we're connected to the right Wi-Fi and making sure that we're connected to the right network, and we're back, and we're back like it's never ended. So that's always good. But we can't give up. We can't miss a stream when Oxford United go to Charlton and go to the Valley and win 4-0. Because it doesn't happen every day. And like I said, it's one of those games now where I thought, if I'm being completely honest, and Matthew, I want to hear what you've got to say on the game as well. And most importantly, I think it's really important for you and for everybody watching this. What is this going to mean for Oxford United going forward? Because I think this could be really quite symbolic with the way that we played, the way that we went to a really difficult venue today at the Valley and against Charlton. And we absolutely blew them off the park. We made Charlton, like I said, look poor. We made Charlton today look very average. If you just joined us, make sure you leave your thoughts in the live chat. We're back up and running. Also, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Leave a like. It's free to do that as well. Hit that thumbs up button for Oxford United getting a win, unless you're a Charlton Athletic fan, in which case just leave a like anyway. Because, of course, we all know you're loyal supporters of the podcast. But I think you've just got to give Oxford United the credit today. You've got to give Oxford United the way that we like I said, made Charlton not just look poor, but the way that we started the game a little bit slow. We started the game a little bit slow, which again is a little bit unlike Oxford. Really, we do try and start the games really quite quickly. But we did start quite slow. We started with actually Charlton for the first 10 minutes of the game being really quite dominant, to be honest. They started quite dominant. They started quite, with real quite intensity. And Oxford United had to adapt to that. And then 20 minutes into the game, Matty Taylor scores a really good goal. A really good finish as well. If you watch the goal back, it's a fantastic finish. And like I said, Matthew Bell says, what a result. Robinson got the tactics spot on. Some really important games to come. But that result really gave us confidence in this team. Really gives confidence in this team. I think you're absolutely right, Matthew. I think you're absolutely right there. I think it's confidence more than anything, and it's getting back to winning ways. You lose against Bolton at home, the players are a little bit down, you feel a little bit, you do generally just feel a little bit low after that, and off the back of a disappointing Tuesday as well, the time before that against Accrington, and then coming into this game, it was going to be really quite difficult. But I thought Oxford United really dealt with it so well. And like I said, we'll come on to what Robinson's did. He changed the formation. In fact, we'll go over there now. We'll go there straight away. I think it's really quite important that we look at the way he did. I've just remembered, I'm not going to actually have it on here now, am I? I'm going to have to restart there. Oh, no, I am going to have it on there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, that. So yeah, you can see here. Is that going to show everyone? That should be. You should see that on the screen now. But you can see this is the average position. So I've gone on to SofaScore and I've looked at the average positions of all the players, and you can see here this is how we set up. In a more easier way of looking at it, you can look at it like this. So it's a very clear back three there, and then the two here, the Williams, Brannagan, Kane. So it's a 3-5-2. So it's almost like this, if you like, and Whyte's playing there. But it was almost felt like a 3-4-1-2, if you like. It felt like that. You had Whyte very close to the strikers, which was really important. Whyte really interlocking and interconnecting with Baldock and Taylor so well. The three of them worked really well today. I think Whyte having that space and the pace he's got, the fantastic dribbling ability that we know Gavin Whyte's got. He ran into those areas really quite well. He got the assist for the first goal. Beautiful ball to Matty Taylor. And like I said, a really good assist for the goal as well. But again, it came all from a really good counter-attack, actually, on this actual left-hand side. It comes over. And then Whyte gets hold of it, and then Whyte, a really nice ball into Taylor. And the second goal is another counter-attacking goal as well. It's a really good ball into Matty Taylor. He finishes it in the end as well and gets his second of the game. Again, Matty Taylor, not a few games where he hasn't scored a few goals, and now it's really important. He gets back, not just into winning ways, but to the goal-scoring form as well, because like I said, you need your striker to be scoring goals. Now, Oxford United have brought Baldock in, Sam Baldock. He started today at the two strikers. And they work so well. You have Baldock a little bit higher up, Taylor a little bit closer to them as well, because you've got Baldock, who's a poacher. He's probably at the end of his career, or tailing end of his career now, so he's not going to be running. He's not going to have the stamina to probably be running for 90 minutes and part of this sort of pressing system that Karl Robinson likes to have. He's not going to be able to do that. But what he's going to be able to do is get himself into those positions and score goals. Again, he did that today. Again, he got that goal today. A really good finish. And like I said, you can see that finishing ability with the goal he scored today. He's got a real eye to goal. And you saw Sam Baldock do that to absolute perfection this afternoon. You got Matty Taylor as well, again, who, again, at 31 years of age, I think is he 31, 32 now? You can see him getting into those areas. He's still got the legs. He's still got the legs to run. He's still got the legs to press. But he's a really good finisher. And we know he's a clinical finisher. He's done this for Oxford United for a few years now. We know when you give him a chance, 9 times out of 10 he's going to score it. It's about the system, and it's about the quality of chances that we give Matty Taylor. Today, we gave him some really good chances, and he took them. That first chance, I thought he was a bit too much of a heavy touch, but in the end, he lifts it really well across over the goalkeeper into the top left of the net, and it's a really good finish. So again, and then again, there's the second goal. The goalkeeper's going to be a little bit frustrated about it. It went for his legs, but again, it's a powerful strike. It's low, it's hard, difficult for the goalkeeper to get down and save it. And again, it goes to 2-0. But like I said, the game started with actually Charlton having a lot of the ball and dominating really well, I thought. And I thought Charlton, they're going to be a side they're going to try and keep hold of the ball. It's going to be difficult for Oxford. How are they going to approach the game? How are they going to tactically set up? And as Matthew Bell really clearly highlighted when he spoke about how Karl Robinson sort of approached the game from a tactical perspective, it's really important. The way that we set up today was purely down to completely understand at the start of the game, we're going to be under the pressure a little bit. You're the away side, you're against Charlton, who again are going to be desperate to get back to winning ways after losing over their previous 2 games as well. So they're going to come into this game, they're very dominant, Charlton. They're very dominant with what they wanted to try and do. They're trying to keep hold of the ball. Their possession was on point and was really quite good. But for Oxford United, we had to deal with it really interestingly, and we had to deal with understanding we have to soak up the ball for the first few minutes. Can we hit them on the counter-attack? Can we make it go 1-0? And that changed the game completely. I thought it was all Charlton. Oxford took the lead in the 20th minute, and the game absolutely turned on its head. From then on, it was an Oxford United show, I thought. We absolutely dominated the game from then on. It took 1 goal, and there was a massive turning point. And like I said, they were very dominant. They were very clear. And I think for the first sort of 10 minutes of the game, I felt this Oxford United squad a little bit confused with in a positional sense. There was a players a little bit all over the shop with sort of really understanding what to try and do. But I've got to be honest, that formation worked absolutely brilliantly this afternoon. And I think that's again, so important that we don't just go into games willy-nilly 4-3-3, whoever we're playing against, wherever we're playing. And I think that's really important that Oxford United can do that. I think it's important that Karl Robinson and the management team and everybody part of the football club can go into a game and go, it's going to be different today. It's going to be really different. How are we going to approach the game? How are we going to look at this from a tactical perspective and not just go, well, he's good, we'll play him there, or he's available, we can play him, or, we've got a lot of wingers, how are we going to do this? Does it mean we always have to play wingers? It doesn't. Today it proved we don't have to play wingers. And if we do have to play wingers, we'll play them as wing backs, and we'll trust the ability in the players. They can play other positions. We're now fitting players into positions based on how we want to play a game. It's not just a case of we've got 4 wingers, we must play a 4-3-3. We've got robust wingers that can play there. We've got Ryan Williams, who's shown a fantastic ability to play as a right wing back. We'll play him as a left wing back, and we'll see what he can do there as well. We know the pace he's got. We know the crossing ability that Ryan Williams has got. Sometimes it's a little bit off. Sometimes he hasn't got the best delivery. And we'll come on to Steve Seddon in just a second, because he obviously was not part of the game today. He's on the bench. And Carlton had a few interesting quotes to say about that, along the lines of, I think it's time that, I think in short, I think it's time that he does take a bit of a break. And there's been a lot of pressure on him over the past few weeks and since the start of the season, really. I wouldn't say he's wrong. And I'd say Steve Seddon sort of needs this break now. He's been playing week in, week out. It's been a lot of football. And I think today it was important for him to take that breather. And it might be a few weeks now, because I don't really see Carlton wanting to change too much in that. I wouldn't change too much of that. Going into Crew on Tuesday, I wouldn't want to change too much of that system and that formation. I think that's a really, really interesting, different dynamic of Oxford. And I use the word, and I stress the word interesting dynamic, because, and different dynamic actually, because we do need to try and change these. We do need to cause different threats. I could not have predicted that side, and certainly that sort of personnel for the game today. I just didn't. I just wouldn't expect it. And then he does it, and it works. And again, that is what Charlton were feeling like. Charlton can't predict that we're going to play a 3-5-2, or if we are, the personnel we're going to play in there. Because I wouldn't have thought, although I thought Steve Seddon needed to take a little bit of a break after some previous, I think, some slow performances. He's been a little slightly poor for the past few weeks. I think it's important that he does take that break, but I think if I was predicted, even if I knew the formation, he'd go with Steve Seddon on that left-hand side. I thought he would do that. He's gone with Ryan Williams on there, and that's a completely different outlet, a completely different option. And that's why it's so fascinating. So I thought the way that we did today was absolutely. I thought the way that we played today was brilliant. Like I said, the players to highlight. I thought McNally again had a really solid game. Talk about clean sheets. We've been banging on about clean sheets. We've been talking for so long about we need to start clean sheets. I said last week when we got beaten by Bolton 3-2. I said we want to talk about a side that's seriously talking about promotion, seriously talking about top 6. We need to sort ourselves out defensively. We need to start being much better defensively. I thought today, Long, Moore, McNally, 3 centre-backs, absolutely brilliant today. I thought the full-backs of Sykes playing as a wing-back, I mean, that's an invention that I don't think anyone could have predicted at the start of the season. Worked so well today. Playing on that right-hand side, he was absolutely phenomenal. I thought Williams on the left-hand side, again, the pace, the ability he's got to run down that wing. I got to be honest, the work rate of Williams is absolutely sublime. He's willing to run down that wing relentlessly through the game. And then saw Kane and Brannagan doing really, really well in midfield. Brannagan getting that goal. Kane being a little bit quieter, but Kane does the dirty work. Kane does the stuff that you don't normally see, because Brannagan can pull out the 25-yard bangers from outside the area. Kane's going to do the role where he picks it up, wins back possession, recycles the ball, and then continues. We look at that front three as well. Sam Baldock playing as that sort of, again, player that maybe not so much pressing, but certainly someone with a finishing ability. We saw that again today. Taylor, we know what he can do. And then Whyte playing as that number 10, a very, very different position from Whyte. He's not just a winger. He's not just someone that can run at players. He's someone that can get hold of the ball and, again, run into players, but run into space, cause problems. Got an assist for that first goal as well. Gavin Whyte's a goal away, I think, from taking off, and I mean that. I think if he gets a goal, get that confidence really flowing. I don't think an assist will completely do it. I think another goal, or a goal, first goal of the season for Gavin Whyte, will take off, and he's going to be a really, really exciting player as the business end of this Oxford United season. I thought the way that we set up today, those are the average positions, really, really well. Very, very clear, structured. And you've got to be clear and structured the way you set up. But that comes down to Karl Robinson's and linking on to Matthew's. Matthew's fantastic point. I think you're spot on, Matthew. I really do think you are. Yeah, Steve Seddon needed a rest, 100%. We do need him. We'll do him for the world of good, both mentally and physically. On my phone, coming back from the Wycombe game, 5-5 the Football League is watching for the GOAT Alfie May now, says Hull Stowe. Matthew Bell says Wycombe conceding 5. Mental. Yeah, well, of course, we'll be doing our roundup tomorrow. That's obviously our League One match week 30 roundup. Is it match week 30? Or I don't know what match week we are. I think it's match week, might be match week 34. I want to say 34. I don't entirely know. But anyway, yes, today's match week roundup for League One. That'll be, of course, coming out tomorrow. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you haven't left a like, please do leave a like on this stream. And also give your thoughts in the comments and in the live chat. I'll be reading out all of your thoughts in the live chat. Oxford United beat Charlton Athletic 4-0 at the Valley. Absolutely unbelievable scenes. And yes, Wycombe conceded 5. That'll be an interesting game to break down tomorrow. 5-5. That's a Sunday League score. That shouldn't be happening in professional football. Hull Earl says, what a game, the emotional exhilaration I'm going through right now. So much energy watching a game like that. We're 3-1 down, then brought it back to 3-3, then 5-3 down, back to 5-5. I'm presuming you're a Charlton fan, Hull, and for congratulations and fair play, son. Really, really good. Paul Groves, sorry I'm late, mate. I think it was a brilliant game, brilliant goals and a brilliant result. Hopefully we're back on track now. Paul Groves, welcome to the stream. Fantastic comment. No worries about being late, mate. I think we had our own problems ourselves. I don't think you being late was too much of an issue. We've gone through 24 different streams and 35 different Wi-Fi connections. So you haven't missed much, Paul. But we're back live now. We've been speaking for about a quarter of an hour or so. Like I said, a fantastic win in League One for Oxford United. Like I said, subscribe if you're new, leave a like, all that good stuff, and give your thoughts in that live chat. I want to talk about Charlton as well. I think we need to talk about Charlton because they're going to be disappointed. They got booed off at half-time at 2-0 down, and they got booed off heavily at full-time being 4-0 down for the fans that were left in the stadium anyway, because a lot of them had gone home by 4-0. I mean, I need to highlight these average positions, and I also need to speak about Sean Clare. I mean, you had a mare today, Sean. You had a mare today, my friend. You're definitely not watching, but if you are, you bottled it, unfortunately. I think you bottled the Oxford United reunion, if I'm being quite frank. And you know what? I actually thought Sean offered something for Oxford United when he was here. Thought he wasn't a right back. He's not a full back. He plays sort of a right centre back today. He was the number 28. Is he in this position here? I mean, it's meant that's almost their back four. That's what they were trying to play, but he was a little bit higher up. I don't really know where he's meant to play a right back, but I don't know. I actually know it was a back five, wasn't it, or something like that. But average position suggests that they're a little bit all over the shop. And you could see that. By the end of the game, Charlton were absolutely all over the shop. They were passing it to everybody. They were letting Oxford United just have as many shots as they could. I mean, if it wasn't for their goalkeeper, it probably could have been 5 or 6 because the concentration, and I think they just gave up at the end. And you know what? I think when they went to 10 men, I think that changed the game massively as well. I thought Sean Clare, like I said, I do think he bottled the reunion to a certain extent. I thought, to be honest, I thought Matty Taylor and Sean Clare were having a little bit of argy-bargy at the start of the game, and then I think when it came to the point where, from what I know, from what I could see anyway, he almost sort of kicked out at Matty Taylor on the floor, which was a little bit stupid. And from his perspective, I mean, he hasn't lost the game single-handedly for his own team, but it certainly hasn't helped him at all. So I'm really surprised about that because I think Sean Clare could have offered something, and I was always quite supportive of Sean Clare because I thought he could offer us something in midfield. He was a powerful player. He wasn't a right back, but I thought he bottled it today. I thought he was absolutely all over the shop, and I thought he let his side down because going down to 10 men, I think Charlton fans were really quite disappointed in the end. It absolutely threw them off completely. Hull Stir says, I know you're an Oxford fan analysing your home team, but the Cheltenham game will be the best game this weekend because Cheltenham fan, we do love going away to Cassam, and I like Oxford. Fair play, Hull. Thank you very much. The player Sykes you did have came from the academy, or did you buy him? You have had him for a couple of years now. 14 games to go now. Many points are Oxford on? How many points are Oxford on? We are on 50. Let's get it up because I need to get Sofa score up anyway because I want to speak about the statistics behind the game as well. We're into 4th now, and I don't know the exact figure of points we're on. We are on 56 points, and we're into 4th. Because thankfully, you know what? I think we should owe that Cheltenham fan a really, really big thank you actually, because he stopped Wycombe from getting over 3 points. That helps Oxford United's promotion and top 6 push a little bit as well. So I do appreciate that, my friend. Thank you very much. Let's switch over to the screen here. 4-0. What? That looks lovely. But yeah, going back to Sean Clare really, really briefly. I thought, yeah, so they're playing a back 4 today. I mean, it didn't look like that. I mean, you compared that. That's what they're meant to play. This was their average positions. I mean, it was all over the shop. And you can see that number 18. Let's just highlight this number 18 here. And when we speak about analysing a game, and we speak about looking at reasons why they're isolated and couldn't affect a game, I mean, that is the reason why. And I'd also say this is the reason why as well. Can we just highlight this here? I mean, what on earth is that? That is a concern. You've got to look at that number 18 being so isolated. You've got a flat midfield across the. Let's just keep saying the word across until I can find the word. Across the field, and you've got absolutely nobody being that outlet towards that number 18. No one is helping there. That number 10, he needs to be in that area there. You need to try and create something similar to what we were doing here. The key is a key structure visually. For me, that is a flat back. That's a flat 5 in midfield. A 3 that's all over the shop, and then isolated 1 over here. You've got everyone in this area here. If we can try and expand that... No, we're not going to just keep creating circles. I hate this game. You can see here... Can we move it? We literally can't move it. You can see... what I want to try and do... We can just do a whole big one. It's completely crazy, everyone. This here is... Everyone is so compact in that area, and then you've got absolutely no one has that outlet there. No one's given 18 any chance. No one's going to create anything. You've got the wing. You want to get 16 in that area. You need to get those players going forward. You need to get these players out. But we weren't allowing them to, because Sykes, playing as his fullback, was always pinning them back. Williams over here was always creating an outlet, which meant these players had to be deeper. It meant they couldn't get forward. It meant they couldn't get any closer to 18. So they had an isolated number 18 who couldn't do anything in the game. And again, they simply couldn't get anywhere near the goal in the game, because it was so pinned back, and it was an absolute disaster from a Charlton perspective. And Johnny Jackson will look at this now, and he will probably look at the average positions, and he'll go like, you've got a whole bunch of players here pretty much offering no outlet going forward, because Oxford United was so good, I thought, at creating something to, I guess, to cause issues for them. And even though when we were going forward in that attacking area, I thought it just, because we were going forward, it allowed these players to have to come back. They had to play much deeper. They had to play in that way. And again, if the more you go at them, the more difficult it is for them to come back at you. And that's a prime example of that today. I thought the three of these as well, if we're going to highlight these three, and if we compare the attack of Oxford to the attack of Charlton, I mean, that's the biggest comparison of them all. You look at the same area. If we try and create the exact same circle, either end, the attack to attack, let's compare attacks. You've got three players very close to each other, getting hold of the ball. Whyte can give it to Taylor. Taylor can give it to Whyte. Either way, doesn't matter which way, but there's always an outlet for all three of them. All three of them can create problems. Like I said, all three of them play very different roles in this Oxford squad. They're all very different players. Taylor can press, also can finish. Baldock's a poacher, Fox in the box. Whyte's got pace, got dribbling ability, can also shoot as well, but hasn't got enough goals this season maybe to show that ultimate confidence. But again, he's got the ability to run into space and cause those problems. Over this side at Charlton, he's got one man on his own. I've created the same area of circle at both ends of the pitch there, and that's the average positions of the game. That's where the players were most across the 90 minutes. And again, so isolated, no outlet. And that's a huge reason why Charlton lost the game today and couldn't cause any problems. They lost 4-0, but they couldn't even look at trying to go forward. And again, the reason why they didn't score goals was because of that. Because of the fact they were so isolated. And again, that comes down to Oxford United being really well set up as a 3. But again, Oxford United going forward stopped any sort of outlet. You want to get your number 10 in there. You want to get your number 11 in here. You want to get your 16 going forward. You don't want to get silly with it, obviously. We're not expecting players to go stupid with it. But you need an outlet. I'm going to try and stop making circles. But you need an outlet. You need these players to come forward and cause problems and give some sort of outlet for this number 18. It wasn't going to happen today, and that's a big reason why they lost the game. Let's have a look at what people have got to say. We're going to have 3 games in hand. That's the problem. Almost psychology. Oh yes, Matthew. Matthew, you know what it means. It was one of those moments, Matthew. Well remembered. It's one of those where I'm trying to say a word and I can't say it, but my brain goes, I'm going to keep saying it until I get it right, and I don't end up saying it and change the word. Holster says, yeah, Charlton are definitely having a yo-yo season. Yeah, definitely too inconsistent with my liking. We're so lucky Brannagan stayed. Phenomenal play. Embarrassing from Sean Clare today. He was our player last season. Now he's kicking and lashing out at players. I was surprised about that, Paul. I was really, really quite surprised about that. I thought today, I thought Sean Clare was a better... I mean, let's not get stupid. It's a red mist moment, isn't it? He's frustrated. They're losing 3-0. You know, against your former side, you're getting battered by your team you left. You're going to be frustrated, obviously. But I was surprised about that against an old side. Doing things like that, I thought it was a little bit better than that, but there we go. He's got sent off, and it helped Oxford United going forward. It helped Oxford United in the game, so I'm not too worried about it. But I expected a little bit better, if I'm being honest. Elijah says, hello, I saw Pie Face today. You would have done if you were playing Plymouth, Elijah, but there's a nice claim to fame for you there. Holster says, unfortunately, though, mate, there's no way I'm seeing Wigan bottling automatic promotion. Plus, with 3 games in hand, Wigan have been 2-0 down twice this season and come back to winning 3-2. Is that Matty Taylor Moore you have at the back? Is that Taylor Moore? No, it's Elliot Moore we've got at the back, mate. Elliot Moore at the back is our captain. So yeah, that's a huge result for Oxford United today. And again, we've sort of tactically looked at the game. That's a real concern. And as much as it is a positive for Oxford, as we highlighted there, huge concern for Charlton going forward. They're really quite struggling. And also, I think that's really harsh, giving him a 5.9. By the way, the goalkeeper Craig McGillivray, delivery of Charlton, because I thought he had a really quite good game today. He was probably could have done better with the second goal, but other than that, I don't think he's at fault for any of the goals, and it could have been 5 or 6. It wasn't for some last minute save, so that's slightly harsh. He should have probably been their man of the match, if I'm being honest. And also, you look at that as well. Let's just have a look at this average rating across the park of all Oxford United players, 7.37. So impressive. So impressive. And Charlton 6.17 as well. Really quite disappointing for them. A lot of bookings as well. A lot of bookings. That 5 bookings, 5 yellows and a red. It's not great, is it? Not great for Charlton. Not great at all. Yeah, really quite impressive. We look at the stats across the board. We 55% possession across the game. First half, though, all Oxford United, 55%. Sorry, all Charlton, 55%. Oxford United, in the end, 55%. Second half, domination. Domination for Oxford in the second half. 66% possession. Absolutely dominating of the ball. But like I said, first half, Oxford United were really quite against it possession-wise. A bit rare for Oxford United side not to have a lot of the ball. Look at the shots across the game as well. 12 shots there, 6. We dominated in terms of shots. In terms of big chances, they haven't put them on here. A little bit frustrating yet. 8 corner kicks there, 4. We hit the woodwork as well. Great. That was at 2-0. Cameron Brannagan hit the woodwork. He could have had a second. We dominated in most areas. Had more passes than them. Our pass accuracy was much better. 80% pass accuracy to their 76. Much better pass accuracy than them, or well, not much better, but better nonetheless. In terms of the result across as well, the 20 across the result in terms of league table as well, 4th in the league now. We've gone from 7th to 4th. Sunderland out of the playoffs. Sunderland are bottling this. I'm telling you, people, you need to get your klaxons out because they are absolutely bottling this. Elliot Moore, never heard of him. Is he any good? 90 minutes for you guys? Yeah, he's very good for us, mate. Very good. He's our club captain. He's been here a while now. Got him from Leicester, I believe. But yeah, if you haven't left a like, by the way, please do leave a like on this episode of the podcast. Give your thoughts as well, whether you watched it at the game, whether you've just tuned in. What does this mean? Maybe you're not an Oxford United fan or a Charlton fan. Let me know how your team got on today as well. I want to hear from you. Everything. Give your thoughts in this live chat. Leave a like I said, as well. Subscribe if you're new. Free to subscribe. We've got a roundup across all the League One games tomorrow. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. We've got some huge games. 5-5. Sunderland losing again today. They drop outside the playoffs. That's not going to be good at all. Matthew says the thing that makes this result so good is the fact we played so well even without some top quality players we have in our squad. Yeah, we didn't have so well even without some top quality players we have in our squad. Yeah, we didn't have Nathan Holland today. We didn't have Who else didn't we have today? He was on the bench today. Yeah, Steve Seddon was out of the squad. Nathan Holland was out of the squad. Remember as well, I think a lot of people are forgetting, and I don't mean to I don't mean to sort of get too excited about it, but we have also got Marcus Brown coming into this side as well. You got to remember, a fully fit Marcus Brown coming in to this squad. Where's he going to come in? He can play in that Gavin Whyte role. It's so exciting. I think when we've got all our players fit, if we get a real role going, I mean, this is a massive confidence boost. This is a huge confidence boost. Going to Charlton, beating 4-0. I mean, that's something special. Something really quite special about it. And you've got to look at it from a perspective of, like I said, you've got Marcus Brown coming back. Like Matthew said as well, you've got Nathan Holland doesn't even make an appearance today, but he can play in that front too. He could also probably have a go in that Gavin Whyte role if he wanted to. I probably wouldn't try him as a fullback yet, but he couldn't be. You got Mark Sykes playing as sort of like a wing back. Ryan Williams plays as a wing back. You told me, where's Mark Sykes going to play most of his football? I said on the wing or in midfield. Playing wing back. What formation are we going to play majority of the season? I'd say 4-3-3. We ended up playing a 4-1-2. We're absolutely all over, and that's what I mean. This is the difference between this season and previous seasons. We're more versatile in terms of we can play different formations and cause different problems. We had no idea as fans what was going to happen today in terms of the lineup, in terms of the way we approach the game, and if we didn't have a clue, what are Charlton going to do? Now, the only thing in the opposite of that, what does frustrate me is when they tinker. I think you can get over tinkery about it, and you can go. And you can just sort of completely go out of the blue with it. And if we don't know what it is and it doesn't work, then that's when you get criticism. But if you don't know, I don't mind if you're going to change your formation, change your system, and prove that it does work, like today, and work to perfection today. That absolutely no problem with that. And again, we saw that right. And again, that's credit to Karl Robinson, because there's a lot of people out there, a lot of Karl Robinson people, and a lot of Oxford United fans. Billy Bowden, Matthew, really good point. I forgot about him, and James Henry as well. Very good point. You speak about these people that go, Karl Robinson, he's a one-horse pony. One-trick pony. One-horse pony. Well, that is a mix of all sort of things there. A one-trick pony, sorry. It's a one-trick pony. He's got one style, one thing only. He can only play the 4-3-3. And then he goes and does this today. Plays a 3 at the back, works to perfection. Wingers as wing-backs, offering different outlets, offering us something completely different. I mean, that is absolutely sublime. And again, that's the reason why we can be so unpredictable. So unpredictable. Everybody that's giving your thoughts in, appreciate it so much. If you haven't given your thoughts, keep doing that. Also, subscribe and leave a like as well. I've got 6 likes right now, 9 people watching. Let's keep giving your thoughts in the live chat. And also, hitting that like button. It's free. Just go down below, hit that like button. It really would appreciate it. Also, hit that subscribe button as well. I believe we're really quite close to 790 subscribers. So please, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. We can sort of try and hit 790 subscribers in this episode of the podcast. I believe we've just gone 688 as well. So thank you so much. Really do appreciate it, of course, as always. Paul Gross has a clean sheet too. Haven't had that in a long time. Exactly, Paul. And again, that's what I said. We speak about this different cycle in terms of when we speak about things on a podcast or we speak about things as fans. We go. We've been doing really quite well. Prior to those last 2 games, we've been quite poor. But we conceded way too many goals. And defensively, that's going to let us down. Clean sheet today. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's all a cycle of things that we bring up. And then they're actually now turning into fruition. And we're actually starting getting some really good results. And again, that's why I love it. That's why I love have been able just to talk about it and then be able to see it. Because you can almost have a discussion. We can highlight as fans what's going on. And then we can sort of see things adapt as the season goes on. It's absolutely brilliant. He was on loan at 8 clubs in Port Vale twice, and he played 2 games for us, though. How was he today? Or was Sean Clare, who made the defensive mate? Hang on. Who was on 8? He was on loan at 8 clubs. Oh, here we go, because I missed the last comment. Riot Innes has played for literally every club. He got loaned out to every team. We had him back in 2013. He was loaned at 8 clubs in Port Vale twice. Only played 2 games for us, though. How was he today? I mean, if he was at Charlton, I won't even lie, mate. I didn't even centre right. Yeah, he was poor. He was poor. Sean Clare made a mistake today, defensive mistake. He didn't really make defensive mistakes, to be honest. He just got sent off for a stupid piece of violent conduct, Sean Clare. Or Charlton today, just defensively. I mean, the thing with Charlton, what happened with Charlton today is they looked like a team that was so disorganised, and they looked so poor. They looked organised for the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We scored, and they fell apart. Ryan Williams was the one who played for Burton in the Championship. Yeah, he was. And then he went to Portsmouth and we got him in the summer. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Oxford United, we'll just do a quick summary before we go. Oxford United, fantastic result in League One. Thank you everybody that's tuned in. Fantastic stream. As always, Oxford United beat Charlton Athletic by 4-0 at the Valley. Brilliant result in League One. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and subscribe. Of course, it'll be going down as a video as well, so leave your thoughts in the comments below. Everybody that's got involved, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Until next time, though, stay safe and take care, and I'll see you all very, very soon. To the bit.